Did it start? Okay. So right now I'm in Independent Order of Oddfellas, and I came up Maple and Pacific is right there. So I'm gonna show y'all that in a minute. But what I wanted to show y'all was this, because if you flip these letters around, it's the game, right? So anyway, GAME and another E. And I told y'all about these extra E's and shit. And that's off of XT, like ecstasy, whatever. And this is like the entrance of the map, because this is Maple. And if you take the first three letters of Maple, it's map. Okay, so I wanted to point that out first, though, because this is the game. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and before I fell asleep last night, I made a goddamn post on Temple. And what that means. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all see the star, the rainbow, and the letters BFCLR. Then you see OES, and then you see ancient, free, and accepted. Then you see a triangle with a sword and a dagger or whatever. Look like it's a digger going down in the ground. Then you see a T upside down. Then you see a T sideways. Then you see another T, right, left. You understand? And in the middle. You hear what I'm saying with the triangle? You see that? 2, 3 T's. You hear me? Then you see the cross with the Jesus King headpiece, right? You see all that shit on this temple, Messianic temple, that's 316, right? Designed by the G's. You see the G's, and you see the G's and the compass and the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see all that shit. This is the compass. This is the compass now, you know. Anyway, let me get up close and show you the lines of the fucking compass. You see it? You see it? Now this is off of Pierce, because that's what the fuck they did, you hear me, in Highland. And as I walk down the hill from the Messianic Temple, passing Myrtle Beach, to get to Elm, you'll see above these goddamn chemtrails, right? Because whatever happens above happens below. You see these yellow signs, gas and shit like that? You see them? You do. You see the shit? You see it, right? It's like you see those and you see the telephone poles, like the spider webs and shit like that. Because, you know, we living in a world that we see that we don't see and shit. And what's crazy is that C3 Church is right here, and it has a goddamn Target on it off of Nightmare on Elm Street and Highland. Y'all see that? Y'all see it? By the Family Dollar. But y'all, this is my little French kiss, because I done climbed that rock, you hear me? Y'all be blessed, God gang. God Death gang is in the building. Okay, it's really a walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you know. I mean, you understand what I'm saying. Y'all be blessed. Yeah, I showed y'all. Don't that look like that? Right here, off this Jean body shop, by the corn kits, next to the art room. Don't that look like the damn T? You know, that Jesus died on supposedly and all this other shit. But anyway, that's next to the coal man. You know, when they go into the caves and they dig up the coal, or they dig in the ground and they dig in the coal, man. Because that's the surveying and shit that's next to and the radio antennas and stuff, you know. That's a frequency and all that shit that's next to the Medina, MEDINA, auto shop. But you know what? Who am I? To a certain spot off of Smith, and then somebody pulled up who worked at the 7-Eleven, who used to work there, and asked me did I want to ride, and I'm tired. So I said absolutely. So they dropped me off at Cash Can, which is the Indian restaurant that's on the corner of Teasley and Londonderry. And so I was like, let me go in here because this smells good. You know, so I sat down there. It was a family. They were eating their little dinner, lunch. I don't know what they're eating. It's 3:13 right now. You know, Detroit and stuff. You know. Anyway, so they were eating and they were like, I was asking questions because you know I'm nosy, and so they was like, just come sit with us and eat. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, but they were sitting. It was three of them. It was the daughter, mama, and daddy. The daddy wasn't saying nothing. It was the mama and the daughter talking. You know. You hear me? So anyway, they invited me to their table and stuff, and I was like, no, So then the guy was like, you want to try it? Chickpea something. And I was like, sure, I'll try it, because I don't like wasting money. I like to try stuff, and if I don't like it, I won't buy it. I tried it. I said, oh, that's good. It was really good. Whatever that chickpea stuff was, it's good. So anyway, I left and made it home. And then, but before I left, I was talking to them. I was like, damn. I said something. And she was like, oh, I'm going to college. I said, you look like a baby. I said, what you getting your undergrad in? And they were like, oh, I'm going for my PhD. I said, how old are you? She said, 20. I said, 20? You going for a PhD? Huh. I said, damn, I was like 30 so when I went for my PhD, Right? So then my mom, earlier, we were having a conversation because she called me. And she was like, why these Indians get everything? Like, they get businesses, they get all this other shit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, because they sit at the table together, You hear me? So they sit and share. You hear me? Anyway. Now, if you can't read in between the line of what I just meant by that, that's on you. But, because I be putting shit hidden in plain sight for y'all to decipher like Morse code and shit like that, like they did this goddamn world. But anyway, y'all be blessed. Like I said, Goddess Gang in the building. I told y'all know who the fuck I was, to be the queen, to be. You hear me? I wasn't gonna make no video, but I decided to make one because famous Amos over here without the T, Rose and Jackson, if you're nasty. You hear me? So anyway, and King is over here too. Like, I'm shouting out my ancestors, gang, because I wasn't gonna make it a video. I was just gonna peacefully pay respect to my ancestors or whatever. And as I was coming up Maple, because I went kind of backwards and stuff, I was like, damn, I feel like I'm going into the pearly gates or some shit. It was weird how I felt or whatever. And then I seen Pacific, and I was like, well, wait a minute, that's like the ocean and stuff like that, because Jesus walked on water and everything, right? So then it got to thinking, like, as I was walking up, right, here to this cemetery that's down below, right, in the Fellows, because we done fell low, right, because this is the independent order of independent order of odd fellows, anyway, fellow, play chess, I'm passing, you hear me? But anyway, in IOC, you see, I see the chess pieces and shit. Cemeteries, man, be telling you all the secrets, and I'm able, you hear me, to go to miles, you hear me? And I'm the champ. Man. Hell no. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. Was this Webster Wisely Jones, right? You see that? Now let me talk about Webster Wisely Jones. You hear me? Potato chip Jones, y'all. Look at that shit hard as hell. Okay, shout out gang to all my ancestors, but that's not what I wanted to say. This morning when I woke up, I was like, man, it got to be a final round in this damn game, because a lot of men tell me that they the final round. You know what I'm saying? Like, they the ultimate, whatever the fuck that shit is. I don't know. Well, this tomb is weird, y'all. Look at that tomb off of Abney. It looked like an eye. You hear me? Anyway, so listen. And I was like, it got to be uh you know, what the fuck is it? Because I'm tired, right? And so I got to walking, and I was seeing spider webs, and I was like, why the hell? Like, I feel like this world, because of with the telephone poles and all the 5G towers and all that stuff like that low key look like, like a spider web and shit like that. And whatever happens above happens below, including above ground and below the ground in a cemetery, right? And so as I got to walking, I was like, damn, we flow like water, right? Because Jesus supposedly walked on water, but we flow because we're spiritual and we're energetic beings and shit like that. So we flow like water. So I was like, man, I'm getting ready to go walk, And for some reason, I ended up at this goddamn cemetery, and I was scared to come in it. There's Pierce, because I feel like it was gonna pierce a hole in my heart or something. I don't know what the fuck I thought. But anyway, like, as I got to, I made videos on. This is crazy. Davenport. Oh Lord. Hell no. It's like Dave though. Deaven port. That what that say. Davenport. But if you flip the letters around, it's Dave. This shit, like Davy Crockett. You know how he was the king of the wild frontier and shit like that, because he poured it on this motherfucker. But anyway, listen now, this shit wild in a bitch. I made videos on the Key. That's part of my school's name, Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Booney. That's part of my son's family's name. That's crazy as hell, y'all. This shit crazy as hell. Let me see what that name is. They don't have a name. C.L. Minnie C. Anderson. God damn it. This shit wild as a bitch. You know why? Because, like, I know what this world is. You know what I'm saying? It's a big ass illusion and shit. And I feel like my son be knowing it. Jesse Chin. All I'm doing is pointing out, the ancestors that helped me with this, you know what I'm saying, along my path. Anyway, how you pick up the chin and shit, because that's what both of my sons did. They picked up my chin, and they allowed me to keep on moving because I have love, so much love, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, they souls know like my soul know that this world is a big ass illusion, right? And so we trying to beat the goddamn game because we know who the fuck we are, right? Because it's in men, in man, in man, you hear me? You see that? And then, because we've been put in the pot, you hear me? How in man next to the pot? Yeah, but anyway, because what they did to the man, they put him in the pot, right? Anyway, because that's a big old circle, right? Didn't realize that we are cars, Carrington, in law, order, and then don't let me get to talking about bass and bass and shit. But anyway, hold on, let me start all over. It says Woodmen of the World Memorial, and it has some gates and shit like that, and Abe, like, I don't know who Abe is in the Bible, but it says Abe White, right? Okay, so then it said 54, so that's my jersey number, that's a 9. So anyway, this is the area of where Map begins up there. Maple begins up there by that, the road closed sign. And then over here, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, right here is this goddamn key. Did I get it right? Or did I pass it? Yep, right here. This is Key, right? And I've been making videos on this right here. This Key. Because Maple, which is map, you know, the, because L-E in Spanish means map. I mean, sorry. You know what I mean. L map. You know what I'm saying? When you flip it. So anyway, this says key, and then if you keep going, it say nail, like nail in the coffin, and then it has another key or whatever, you know, because we're walking dead and shit. We don't realize that we really literally walking in this motherfucker. But we flipped upside down and shit, because we don't know who we are, you know, as spiritual beings and stuff. And our spirit is, you know, every fucking where, because we're everywhere, all at once. We do everything, everywhere, all at once. But anyway, listen now, because I'm taking you motherfuckers to the university, because this is higher education, and that's what I got my master's in. You understand what I'm saying? Do you, motherfuckers? Anyway, you know Smith, like blacksmiths and woodsmiths and Will Smiths and, you know, Willow Smith, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's a common last name or whatever, and, you know, that's a street sign that I've been talking about as well. So shout out gang to those, you know, that came before me and, you know, all that shit, blah, blah, you understand? So anyway, I got to take a bow then, you know. Let's bow. You know, let me take a bow then, because I know what the fuck I just did, man. It feel good in the bitch. But like I said, I'm going to continue to brew, you know, until y'all get it, because I'm the brewer, you know, and we living in a simulation. You hear me? You see the Sims? You hear me? Shout out gang. But anyway, you know, I'm just showing y'all. And they fried us. They done fried us, y'all. Emily J. Fry. J-E-F. But anyway, I gotta walk this whole motherfucking cemetery, because that's, I don't know why it is right here. That's weird. That pile of shit. But Jackson, you know, Jackson, it's a lot of Jackson, because that's a common name too. And that's over in the hood and stuff like that, you know. We poured it in, and they had to change our names and stuff, and they had to give us these common ass names. But I mean, I don't know how that shit work. You can ask them when they finally release the shit, because they got to, because it's the natural order. And you know what natural order mean? You know, when a nigga like me be beating the game and shit, they gotta align everything, because, you know, I be doing certain stuff and they be having to release certain things because of me. You hear me? Because I keep crushing their ass, and I understand what the fuck they doing in this backwards spider web ass, you know, Albert right there, you know, that's my off of Ego and IOOF. Anyway, Albert, my brother's name is Albert, but my granddaddy name was Albert, E-L. You know, you flip the L's and shit, you know, the ELs and stuff, you know, the Buster. They busted their ass, you hear me? Stupid ass niggas. Anyway, like I said, I know what this world is. I ain't gonna bust them on their goddamn head yet, but they be getting close to this. I gotta get close, because it said woman of the world 2 memorial, you know, they the busters. This shit is so funny to me. It's not even cute. It's not supposed to be this funny. And you probably don't get it, because you're not supposed to. This world is designed for me to bail you motherfuckers out. There's Bailey right there. You hear me? You know? And y'all just riding along, because Ridingers over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just riding along in my little story. Because, hell no. Bailey is next to Price, y'all. And it states ESTS. What they did was blanket ship us. You hear me? They put a blanket over our ship. You hear me? Anyway, I'm gonna continue. Oh, and they cooked this because that's McCormick right there, and that's where the Pac-Man and the pinball machines and shit. You know, they over there. But anyway, I'm done because my phone getting too hot. But they've been foul as hell, or whatever. That's foul. And oh, I forgot to show y'all. By Grease Monkey is I'ma just get to it. Cause I was gonna go up and down, but this motherfucker too big. God damn. Hancock, y'all. You know that was a movie. Hancock on the motherfucking pistol, the 380. You hear me? Pew pew pew. Anyway, Douglas. Shout out gang gang. That's my family name. It's shit like my brother and my dad and Frederick Douglass, you see, manifested shit, because I've been telling y'all about these goddamn planes. But anyway, Grease Monkeys right here, because you know we were called monkeys and shit, and we wear grease and everything, and that's where Cleveland is. So my son Cleve is his last name, and he landed right. Loveless used to be a password of mine. I mean, way back in the day and shit, and they didn't put a BLA block like a black lock on the love, and they made it less. You hear me? But anyway, that's shit is wild as hell. But I done hopped, you know, cause I got kinfolk. You hear me? Shout out gang gang. And the wall be dripping. You know how the you know how water in the faucet, it drips and shit like that? Like the wall, this goddamn brick ass wall that they did, the blanket and shit, you know? And these webs of lies, these grace webs of lies and shit like that. But anyway, I'm done because I wanted to show y'all moon over up here. Y'all probably see it. My phone getting too hot, but you know the eagle, because eagle's right there. That corner is Eagle and Carol. The eagle has landed on the moon type shit. But y'all be blessed. God gangs in the building. Horn for confirmation. And I told you, blanket ship is over here. They put a blanket on the ship. And Neil Armstrong, whatever his name is, you know, Neil, the one who landed on the moon and shit. You hear me? You see it? And the eagle and all that stuff, because that's on the corner. But they didn't call us coons and stuff, but they full of it. But you know, the key is over here too. You know, the key. Oh Lord, what is that? Oh, that's a little balloon that says 1. Y'all see that? Okay, anyway. I know what all this shit mean. I'm tired. They done Henson us, you know, like Jim Henson, like Muppet Babies and shit. Anyway, y'all be blessed. It's backwards. Anyway, that's on the house by V and U. Haha, how funny. Where the light is in this dirt rock road and stuff like that. Leading the girl. You hear me? Ah, shit, no. Hell no. Oh, short ass niggas. You hear me? Anyway. I'm going back to the map. Y'all be blessed though. Oh, one more thing. A girl like that is because my son's ex had one time text me, girl, because she was upset because I said she didn't like what I said to her about my son. So anyway, like I said, like this world is a game, and it's all kind of people playing pawns and stuff like that. You just gotta decipher who is who and what is what and shit like that, because you know everything is happening everywhere all at one time. Now as I cross this street, cross Carroll, which is car roll, because you know they split the word, they smacked it up, flipped it, and rubbed it down. Oh no, type shit. Anyway, the spelling game. As I pass car roll and shit, I'm going back because I'm still on Maple. The map. You know, I'm gonna show y'all this one last time, and and I'm fucking done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. So I crossed the street of Independent Order of Oddfellas, and that's Maple and Carroll. And literally the next sign up, which is a dirt road, which don't nobody even go down this goddamn road. So they don't know that this is Pacific, like the ocean that is water. You understand what I'm saying? And then the next street after Pacific is Pierce, because they didn't pier, you know, the pier, P-I-E-R, is pier, right? But they added C and E, right? C-E. And Pierce has, let me just show you what Pierce got. And then the next street after that is Myrtle, like Myrtle Beach. And then the next street after that is Elm, like Nightmare on Elm Street. But let me go off of Pierce and show y'all what's on Pierce. Okay, in Maple, the map, right? The map, you hear me? Okay, so the next street up from Maple, which is the map, is Highland, you know, because this is high. And it's still the independent, you can still see the Independent Order of Oddfellas Cemetery right there, because the corner of Highland is I-O-O-F. I-O-O-F. Because you know F is after E, right? Okay, so anyway, you got the Denton Masonic, the Mason Museum and Library right here. And it's open to the public, so it's safe, right? And as you get close to the little symbols with the triangles upside down, let me just flip the camera and show you motherfuckers this Masonic temple. Should have said as I walk down the valley of the shadow of death. Yeah, you hear me? I shall speak no motherfucking evil. You hear me? You hear what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear it.
Word around town that somebody got found, slumped over in the car, body stretched out on the ground. Run them down with 100 rounds, we gon' gun you down. In that water you gon' swim or drown, or you gon' make it out. Oh, 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 you better run. Oh, 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 somebody getting slumped. Ooh, you better run. Oh, oh, you in trouble now. Heard these niggas running round and they talking foul. Pop up with them choppers out, what they talking about? We chop up they partner house, we won't talk it out. Homicide, it's been the crime scene, they gon' chalk them out. Turn around, they gon' take them out, don't make a sound. Hello, meet Jamaica now, we gon' chase them down. Gun 'em, black on blow, break 'em down. Hunt around, body up under my ankles now. Ooh, they got me heated. Run up on this in your life, I'ma keep it. Die for no reason. Jump in that water like I'm a Marine, yeah. I'm Scuba Steve, yeah. Nigga don't play, got that Rugal on me, yeah. I'm finna get even. My guy got hit, now I gotta slide with this. I get it poppin', this murder. My young niggas flippin', gon' kill him on mafia shit. I know you heard how we rockin', we hit him, then go back and kill all the opposite bitch. Flip that little nigga like bitch, it's a blizzard. You know when I up, you gon' drop you, little bitch. Word around town that somebody got found, slumped over in the car, body stretched out on the ground. Run them down with 100 rounds, we gon' gun you down. In that water you gon' swim or drown, or you gon' make it out. Oh,